Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host this evening, Mr. Stan Stovall.
Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. First of all, a big round of applause for Scott Grossman, our choreographer for the Miss USA 2006. Scott, I won't be sharing the stage alone this evening. I have one lovely co-host this evening. Many of you know her already, obviously. She hails from North Carolina. She spent the past year living in New York City, but she has been traveling all over the world as a representative of the Miss USA organization. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome Miss USA 2005, Miss Chelsea Cooley. Chelsea, good to see you here.
Nice to see you.
Welcome, thank you. You look marvelous, as Fernando would say.
Well, thank you, darling. You look fabulous. I'm so excited to be here, and I know all of y'all are so excited to be here. Let's give it up for these beautiful girls behind me.
One of these young ladies is going to have a very exciting year after next Friday's finals, and you've got to have some words of advice for these young ladies to take away from here tonight as they go into next week's finals. What would that be?
You know, it's very simple. You have to have fun with it. You have to have no regrets, and you have to be proud of who you are, where you come from, and what you stand for. That's it.
Pretty simple. Well, I'm quite sure that they've all taken that to heart. They're listening very carefully because you've set the example, a very nice example for the past year. But right now, I think it's time to introduce our contestants. What do you think? Should we move on? Okay. So, Chelsea, you and I, we're going to move over to the podium over here so we can meet the contestants for the 2006 Miss USA pageant.
Ladies and gentlemen, now let's meet our contestants one by one vying for the title of Miss USA 2005 preliminary competition. We begin our introductions this evening with the great state of Alabama.
Haley Stidham, 23, Miss Alabama, USA.
Noelle Ann Meyer, 25, Miss Alaska, USA.
Brenna Sakis, 21, Miss Arizona, USA. Kimberly Forsythe, 26, Miss Arkansas, USA. Tamiko Nash, 26, Miss California, USA.
Jacqueline Madera, 26, Miss Colorado, USA.
Janine Phillips, 22, Miss Connecticut, USA.
Ashley Greenwell, 18, Miss Delaware, USA.
Candace Allen, 22, Miss District of Columbia, USA.
Kristen Duran, 24, Miss Florida, USA. Lisa Wilson, 26, Miss Georgia, USA.
Radasha Holhuli, 26, Miss Hawaii, USA.
Allison Swan, 23, Miss Idaho, USA.
Catherine Warren, 22, Miss Illinois, USA.
Bridget Boble, 26, Miss Indiana, USA.
Sarah Korkstein, 23, Miss Iowa, USA.
Ashley All, 20, Miss Kansas, USA.
Tara Elizabeth Connor, 20, Miss Kentucky, USA.
We continue with Louisiana.
Gina Cuenca, 26, Miss Louisiana, USA.
Katie Stearns, 19, Miss Maine, USA.
Melissa DeJulian, 20, Miss Maryland, USA.
Tiffany Kelly, 18, Miss Massachusetts, USA.
Janelle Marie Gay, 24, Miss Michigan, USA.
Miss Missouri, USA.
Jillian McLean, 21, Miss Montana, USA.
Emily Paschal, 21, Miss Nebraska, USA.
Lauren Cyphers, 20, Miss Nevada, USA.
Crystal Berry, 20, Miss New Hampshire, USA.
Jessica Boyington, 20, Miss New Jersey, USA.
Anoa Lacey, 23, Miss New Mexico, USA.
Adriana Diaz, 21, Miss New York, USA.
Sam Holby, 20, Miss North Carolina, USA.
And we'll pick it up with North Dakota.
Kimberly Kruger, 21, Miss North Dakota, USA.
Stacy Offenberger, 26, Miss Ohio, USA. Robin Watkins, 24, Miss Oklahoma, USA.
Alice Machado, 24, Miss Oregon, USA.
Tanya Lehman, 22, Miss Pennsylvania, USA.
Leanne Tingley, 24, Miss Rhode Island, USA. Lacey Libran, 23, Miss South Carolina, USA.
Alexis Levan, 19, Miss South Dakota, USA. Lauren Grissom, 21, Miss Tennessee, USA.
Lauren Lanning, 22, Miss Texas, USA.
Sylvan Hoyne, 23, Miss Utah, USA.
Amanda Gilman, 20, Miss Vermont, USA.
Amber Copley, 20, Miss Virginia, USA.
Tiffany Dorn, 24, Miss Washington, USA.
Jessica Wedge, 22, Miss West Virginia, USA.
Anna Pichatello, 20, Miss Wisconsin, USA.
Kristen George, 24, Miss Wyoming, USA.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, 51 reasons why we live in the great USA.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's time now to find out who will be responsible for choosing the top 15, our judges.
As a North American brand manager for CoverGirl Cosmetics, he's also responsible for talent management, including signing new CoverGirl models. Carrie Kavanaugh.
She's an agent at Trump Model Management Modeling Agency. Spends her days handling the schedules of some of the world's most successful models. Please welcome Valerie Boyce.
As president of free companies in real estate, politics, and entertainment, he's produced epic events with national music artists in New York and Washington. Jeff Kimball.
He's managing director and director in charge of accounting and consulting services division of Maryland accounting firm Abrams, Foster, Knoll and William, Arnold Williams.
He's been a well-respected member of New York's media community for over 20 years and founded Planet PR, a New York-based media company which has guided the careers of more than a dozen Hollywood, Broadway, and television stars. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Rich.
You may recognize her from her recurring role on The Apprentice. She's the vice president, assistant to Mr. Donald J. Trump, Rona Graff.
Serving as vice president of Merritt Properties, his real estate firm has developed over 13 million square feet of property in the Baltimore, Washington area. Rob Merritt.
Producer for Black Entertainment Television's Special Projects Division, this NAACP Image Award nominee has produced countless top-rated new series. Please welcome Natasha O'Dell.
He practices litigation of entertainment disputes as a prominent attorney in his hometown of Orlando. He's also an active community leader and philanthropist. Ken McKenna.
And let's give all of our judges one more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. They have one very difficult task ahead of them, don't you think?
They do. I know. There are so many beautiful women this year. I'm so glad I'm not a judge.
Yeah, I don't envy them either. Tonight's judges have already met with each of our contestants in the interview round. That score will make up 1/3 of their overall score.
That's right. And as we all know, the two remaining parts of the score are determined from tonight's swimsuit and evening gown competitions.
All right, so without further ado, let's begin the 2006 Miss USA Swimsuit Competition.
Ladies, your swimsuit preset positions, please. It is our pleasure to begin the competition this evening. We will do 5 groups of 10 ladies, the 5th group being 11. Let's begin the swimsuit competition with Alabama.
After her state pageant, this 23-year-old hit the ground running, literally. Hallie Stidham ran a marathon just weeks after winning her title. She'll get your heart racing. Alabama.
Alaska.
Noelle Ann Meyer doesn't own just any motorcycle. She's got a Harley Davidson. The 25-year-old even racked up 1,500 miles in 1 month. That's our Easy Rider from Alaska.
Arizona.
Brenna Sakis told us an interesting thing about herself. She says she can clap with one hand. Now, we're not going to ask this 21-year-old to demonstrate, but how about if we put 2 of our hands together for Arizona?
Arkansas.
Kimberly Forsyth has a thing for game shows and has even appeared as a contestant on the long-running Wheel of Fortune. We'll take an A for Arkansas.
California.
26-year-old Tamika Nash's dream job would be to fuse the careers of 3 people: Halle Berry, Oprah Winfrey, and her favorite 6th grade teacher. That's our Oscar-winning media mogul teacher from California.
Once again, Arkansas, Arizona, Alaska, Alabama, and California. We continue with Colorado.
When we asked 26-year-old Jacqueline Madera if she plays any sports, she responded, "Does crocheting count? Of course it does. We're all hooked on Colorado."
Connecticut.
Janine Phillips played basketball for 6 years, and all her training paid off. This 22-year-old scored a place on a national traveling team, and you might say that's a slam dunk for Connecticut.
Delaware.
Ashley Greenwell has a passion for amusement parks. Her most thrilling moment was riding a roller coaster at 128 miles an hour. She's got the need for speed. Miss Delaware.
District of Columbia.
Candace Allen calls herself culturally diverse. The 22-year-old student co-founded the Portuguese Club at Howard University. She's got international beauty. Please welcome District of Columbia.
Florida.
Move over, Kelly Ripa. 24-year-old Kristen Duran dreams of chatting with celebrities and spotting the hottest trends. As a television entertainment host, Regis can always call on Florida.
Once again, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, District of Columbia, and Florida. We continue the swimsuit preliminary competition with Georgia.
Just call her Tarzan. 26-year-old Lisa Wilson took a academy tour in Mexico where she swung from tree to tree on a network of suspended cables. You know, it's a real jungle out there for Georgia.
Hawaii.
Radasha Ho'ohuli is a mixture of 10 ethnicities, including Hawaiian, Chinese, Japanese, Irish, French, and Spanish. She's got the whole world in her hands. Miss Hawaii.
Idaho.
This 23-year-old was raised on a ranch. Growing up, Allison Swan attended a one-room school with only 10 students, 4 of whom were her siblings. Now that's a small-town girl from Idaho.
Illinois.
made it back in one piece. Here's Illinois.
Indiana.
"26-year-old Bridget Boble never had to run away to join the circus because it was right in her own backyard. She was a trapeze artist in the local circus for 13 years. She's flying high, Indiana."
Once again, Illinois, Idaho, Hawaii, Georgia, and Indiana. We continue with Iowa.
It's tough being the oldest of 7 children, just as Sarah Korpstein. The 23-year-old says her experiences have made her stronger and more independent. She takes the lead, Miss Iowa.
Kansas.
"20-year-old Ashley All knows about perseverance. Her extensive volleyball training throughout school led to a state championship title. You might say we're serving up Kansas."
Kentucky.
Tara Elizabeth Connor was shocked to see a 12-foot poster of herself hanging in a surf shop. It's no surprise to us, though. The 20-year-old is a veteran swimsuit model. She's larger than life. Kentucky.
Louisiana.
She knows what she wants to accomplish in life and takes steps to make it happen. 26-year-old Christina Quinca is quoted as saying, "I'm a superhero. All she really needs now is a cape." Louisiana.
Maine.
Katie Stearns hopes to be happily married in 10 years. She says her crystal ball may be hazy, but the shape she's seeing resembles a 10-carat diamond. She's a jewel, Maine.
And once again, our second group of contestants: Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine. Ladies and gentlemen, Maryland.
Melissa DeJulian was a soccer player for 8 years. This 20-year-old contestant is even a nationally certified soccer referee. So you might say she knows all about making goals. Miss Maryland.
Massachusetts.
Tiffany Kelly currently works in a chiropractic office and plans to pursue a career in the field. The 18-year-old is now studying movement science. She's got your back, Massachusetts.
Michigan.
Talk about endurance. 24-year-old Donnell Marie Gay participated in a fundraiser where she danced for an entire day. Now that's quite a feat. There's no stopping Michigan.
Minnesota.
Dottie Cannon is a self-proclaimed nonconformist. As a child, the 22-year-old took to hiding in the library while the other kids were at recess. She walks to the beat of her own drum, Minnesota.
Mississippi.
Year-old Kendra King's worst job was loading lumber at her father's sawmill. But look on the bright side, Dad, she told us. You're the most positive influence in her life. Here's Mississippi.
Minnesota, Michigan, Massachusetts, Maryland, and Mississippi. Missouri.
On the first day of an internship, Christy Capel was offered a regular job. The 22-year-old continues to work as a reporter and weather anchor for the local news. Tune into Missouri.
Montana.
When she was just 7, Jillian McLean modeled for a statue that now stands in front of the Shriners Hospital. This 21-year-old has been devoted to their cause ever since. Strike a pose, Miss Montana.
Nebraska.
Emily Paschal said people might be a little bit surprised to learn that she has never uttered a bad word. And the 21-year-old vows she never will. She's a sweet talker, Miss Nebraska.
Nevada.
Owning her own salon and boutique would be a dream come true for Lauren Cyphers. This 20-year-old is planning on entering cosmetology school. She'll make you blush, Nevada.
New Hampshire.
Her home security system is a gaggle of geese, 36 to be exact. 20-year-old Crystal Berry lives on a farm that she shares with goats, cows, and of course geese. Honk if you love New Hampshire.
And there we are, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire. Starting out, our fourth group of contestants, New Jersey.
She doesn't need a line to reel them in. 20-year-old Jessica Boyington caught her first fish when it accidentally swam into her bathing suit. She certainly fishes with style, Miss New Jersey.
New Mexico.
Anna Lacey is proud of her heritage. She's on the American Indian Education Task Force. She participates in Native American storytelling and speaks Navajo. She's very cultured. New Mexico.
New York.
Spanish was this 21-year-old's first language. Since then, Adriana Diaz has also learned to speak fluent French and is currently studying Mandarin Chinese. We're speaking of New York.
North Carolina.
Samantha Holvey had a short-lived career as a football player. As a little girl, she played offensive tackle on an all-boy team. That's a touchdown for North Carolina.
North Dakota.
"21-year-old Kimberly Kruger worked at the family construction company doing everything from acting in commercials to driving a truck. Built for success, here's North Dakota.
North Carolina, New York, New Mexico, New Jersey, and North Carolina. Thank you. We continue with Ohio.
We can almost describe Stacy Offenberger with the nursery rhyme. The 26-year-old worked as a butcher and a baker, but not a candlestick maker. Rub-a-dub-dub, it's Ohio!
Oklahoma.
At 24, Robin Watkins is a substitute teacher. She's sure to make young boys happy when their regular teacher is out sick, especially when they see the replacement. There's no substitute for Oklahoma.
Oregon.
She makes a better mud pie than apple pie, thanks to growing up with 5 brothers. She calls her brothers her own personal bodyguards. You're safe with Oregon.
Pennsylvania.
"22-year-old Tanya Lehman used her CPR skills to help save a man's life. Her quick thinking kept everything under control until paramedics arrived. Coming to the rescue, here's Pennsylvania.
Rhode Island.
24-year-old Leanne Tingley told us that the craziest thing she's ever done was jump out of a plane at 10,000 feet. Luckily, the parachute opened. The sky's the limit for Rhode Island.
Our fourth group, once again, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island. Moving forward with South Carolina.
Lacey LeBrand is a big fan of reality television. This 23-year-old would give anything to be a contestant on The Amazing Race. Watch out, girls. She's got a competitive streak. Miss South Carolina.
South Dakota.
Alexis Levan was a finalist in the National Qualifying Tournament for Oral Interpretation. The speech competition taught this girl self-confidence. People are talking about South Dakota.
Tennessee.
Year-old Lauren Grissom says she feels a connection with Dolly Parton, both as a person who tries to help others and as a woman who loves rhinestones. Hello, Tennessee.
Texas.
Lauren Lanning calls herself a true competitor. The 22-year-old loves the challenge and thrill of competition and always strives to win. She's got the eye of the tiger, Texas.
Utah.
She's fluent in Khmer, the official language of Cambodia. 23-year-old Subin Huan has even worked as a greeter for the Cambodian royal family. You might say beauty reigns with Utah.
Texas, Tennessee, South Dakota, South Carolina, and Utah. Thank you, ladies. And now, Vermont.
Brothers and sisters. Over the years, her parents served as a foster family for dozens of needy children. Family Matters for Vermont.
Virginia.
Year-old Amber Copley is multi-talented. She's a published poet and plays guitar. Her newest interest, though, is snowboarding. But she'll wait until winter to call it a talent. She's got skills, though. Virginia.
Washington.
The 24-year-old even took her education abroad, studying TV and radio in Australia. Listen up, it's Washington.
West Virginia.
Year-old Jessica Wedge told us her strongest talent is the ability to make people laugh. She loves making new friends and says she has never met a stranger. She'll make you smile. West Virginia.
Wisconsin.
It's no wonder Anna Marie Piscatella looks great in a swimsuit. The 20-year-old is a personal fitness trainer and has even worked at a vitamin shop. She does a body good. It's Wisconsin.
Wyoming.
24-year-old Kristen Ann George had a stint as a backup dancer for the pop group 98 Degrees. She's also worked as a dance instructor and coach. Kick up your heels for Wyoming.
And our final group of contestants, once again, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. A fantastic job, ladies and gentlemen. This preliminary swimsuit competition completed. Thank you, ladies. Are you enjoying yourself so far? What's not to like, huh? Beautiful. Thank you. Stan, Chelsea?
All right, Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the swimsuit competition. Let's give all of our contestants one more round of applause. What a great job they did.
You know, no matter what anyone says, it is not easy getting up on stage in front of all of you in a bikini and heels, and they did a wonderful job. Wonderful job.
I haven't quite had that experience yet, but I'll take your word for it.
Good, I don't want to hear about
Okay,
it.
thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's begin the 2006 Miss USA Evening Gown Competition.
We will present each contestant wearing the evening gown of their own choice. We begin the evening gown competition with our first group of 10 contestants, and our first contestant being Miss Alabama.
With a bachelor's degree in mathematics, it's no wonder Haley describes pageants in simple math terms. Brains can equal beauty. You can count on Alabama.
Alaska.
As a little girl, Noelle loved to dress up as Wonder Woman and Miss Universe. The superhero costume was retired years ago, but she still dreams of winning the crown. Here's Alaska.
Arizona.
Brenna says she's inspired by Julie Andrews. She dreams of having a career in the theater and performing on Broadway. She's one of our favorite things, Miss Arizona.
Arkansas.
Looking at her right now, you would never guess Kimberly's nickname, G.I. Jane. She earned this nickname after a victorious round of paintball against an all-male team. I guess you could say, be all you can be, Miss Arkansas.
California.
Tamiko's job with the Grammys gives her the opportunity to attend that world-famous event every year. In the future, she hopes to continue her career in the entertainment field. Welcome, California.
And there's our first group of 5 ladies, California, Arkansas, Arizona, Alaska, and Alabama. Colorado.
She has worked as a dishwasher, a waitress, and a cook, but they're more than odd jobs. Jacqueline's family owns 12 restaurants, and she hopes to open one of her own someday. What's cooking, Colorado?
Connecticut.
Janine earned a degree in business administration and hopes to eventually earn her master's as well. In the future, she plans to become an entrepreneur. She's all business, Connecticut.
Delaware.
Ashley told us that she draws her strength from her dad's words of wisdom. In fact, she's never met anyone who's inspired her more. That's some daughter from Delaware.
District of Columbia.
She coordinated a fundraiser called Bowling for Blankets. Candace helped raise over $1,500 for the homeless 2 years in a row. Warm wishes from District of Columbia.
Florida.
Kristen calls herself a dependable, down-to-earth girl who's never too busy to sit and talk with a friend, family member, or anyone she meets. You've got a friend in Florida.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, our first group of contestants. Preliminary evening gown presentation: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, District of Columbia, and Florida. Miss California. Thank you, ladies. First girl, second girl, third girl, fourth girl, fifth girl, sixth girl, seventh girl, eighth girl, 9 girl, 10 girl. And here we go with Georgia.
If Lisa looks familiar, it's probably because you've seen her on TV. She was a semifinalist on American Idol and just began recording her first CD. That's our songbird from Georgia.
Hawaii.
Radasha was raised by her grandparents. They taught her Hawaiian saying that, when translated, means strive for the highest. She lives every day with this philosophy. Aloha, Hawaii.
Idaho.
to open her own business teaching everything from self-improvement classes to modeling. We've got a lot to learn from Idaho.
Illinois.
She plans to dedicate her career in life to helping children. Catherine has already developed 2 websites geared toward education. Teaching us a thing or two, here's Illinois.
Indiana.
Bridget studied in London and backpacked throughout Europe. She says the experience was one of the best in her life. Here's Globetrotting, Indiana.
And thank you, Indiana, Louisiana, Illinois, Idaho, Hawaii, and Georgia. We continue with Iowa.
After winning her state title, Sarah was showered with cards from friends and family. She says, "You really know who cares about you in a moment like that." Here's a little TLC from Iowa.
Kansas.
Ashley dreams of a career in the modeling world. In 5 years, she envisions herself walking the fashion runways all over the globe. Gracing the stage, welcome Kansas.
Kentucky.
She gained a strong work ethic from her mom, who worked in a factory her entire life. Tara says, "If I end up half the woman she is, it will be a true blessing." Like mother, like daughter, Kentucky.
Louisiana.
Christina's proud of being able to work and live on her own at a young age. She's modeled in foreign countries such as Italy, Germany, and Taiwan. She's a model traveler, Louisiana.
Maine.
A dancer, Katie's favorite movie is Center Stage, which is set in the world of ballet. She identifies with the movie's message about dancing from the heart. She's right on point. Maine.
Please welcome back Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, and Maine. Thank you, ladies. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. We continue on with Maryland.
As a student, Melissa was vice president of her school's Latin club. She was even honored with an award for outstanding achievement in the language. Carpe diem, Maryland.
Massachusetts.
Tiffany's got what she calls muscle memory. She can learn several dances at a time, remembering them quickly and easily. Dance the night away with Massachusetts.
Michigan.
A Native American of the Blackfoot Nation, her ancestors were among the most feared in history. Despite her lineage, Janelle admits she's relatively harmless. We feel safe with Michigan.
Minnesota.
Her ultimate dream job is to be a high school teacher. Dottie always imagined herself in a classroom filled with students sharing her love of learning. She's got class. Minnesota.
Mississippi.
Kendra's an aspiring fashion designer. She hopes to combine her business education and talent for art. She would one day love to meet Betsy Johnson. We've got designs on Mississippi.
And we thank these 5 ladies: Mississippi, Minnesota, Michigan, Massachusetts, and Maryland. Moving forward with Missouri.
Throughout childhood, Christy and her mom watched the Miss USA pageant. Those nights glued to their TV set sparked her dream of becoming a contestant. Well, Christy, here's your chance. Missouri.
Montana.
Jillian participated in science programs for NASA and cancer research. She plans to continue her scientific studies as a physician's assistant. Just like the doctor ordered, it's Montana.
Nebraska.
Emily has held jobs with a football and baseball team, and it's a good thing because her dream is to work in marketing with a major sports team or even manage one. You might say that's her field of dreams. Nebraska.
Nevada.
milestone for Lauren. To prepare, she joined a group that met weekly to discuss political issues. Cast your vote for Nevada.
New Hampshire.
This competitive pole vaulter set a women's record and tied the men's. Crystal's long legs gave her a sporting advantage, not to mention how they look in a dress. Raising the bar, New Hampshire.
And welcome back, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, and New Hampshire. And we thank you, ladies. Go 1, go 2, go 3, go 4, go 5, go 6, go 7, go 8, go 9, go 10. New Jersey.
That's how Jessica describes pageants to her friends and family. We've got an all-star player with New Jersey.
New Mexico.
Ottawa's philosophy in life is to walk in beauty. It comes from her Native American ancestors and refers to a spiritual balance from within. She walks in beauty from New Mexico.
New York.
Adriana is a student at Princeton. Yes, the Princeton. She also spent a year studying in Paris and was accepted at Mount Sinai School of Medicine. She's got beauty and brains. Miss New York.
North Carolina.
Samantha was a member of the National Goodwill Ambassadors of Volleyball team, which took third place in the World Youth Games. She's an international sports star from North Carolina.
North Dakota.
She's a role model for her 3 nieces, one of whom wants to follow in her footsteps as a beauty queen. They've got big shoes to fill with North Dakota.
And we thank these ladies, North Dakota. We thank North Carolina, New York, New Mexico, and New Jersey. We continue with Ohio.
Stacy's grandmother told her of a dream she had in which Stacy was crowned Miss USA. Soon after, she entered her state competition and won. She's the girl of our dreams, Ohio.
Oklahoma.
Robin loves to draw and paint and says that finishing a piece is always rewarding. She was schooled in art by her mother, who is an accomplished artist. She's picture perfect, Oklahoma.
Oregon.
Allison is truly lucky. She loves waking up and going to work every day. Her job as a medical assistant gives her the joy of helping people in need. Here's to your health, Oregon.
Pennsylvania.
Tanya was accepted as an intern at the Pennsylvania Department of Health, where she was able to gain valuable experience for her first career in the public health industry. An apple a day, it's Pennsylvania.
Rhode Island.
She won a gold medal in synchronized figure skating at an international competition in Sweden. Leanne even skated with the world-famous Ice Capades. That's our golden girl from Rhode Island.
And welcome back, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island. That's our fourth group of ladies in evening gown preliminary competition. Thank you. Go 1. Go 2. Thank you, ladies. Go 3. Go 4. Go 5. Go 6. Go 7. Go 8. Go 9. Go 10. We continue on with South Carolina.
At the age of 11, Lacey survived and recovered from a serious car accident. The incident taught her to enjoy every moment that life has to offer. Miracles happen in South Carolina.
South Dakota.
Alexis has a 5-year-old nephew who has been a great influence on her life. He taught her to enjoy the simplicity of life and to soak up its joy. It's all child's play for South Dakota.
Tennessee.
Lauren told us that throughout her life, she's always been considered somewhat of a misfit. she says don't fit the mold, throw it away. That's the theory from Tennessee.
Texas.
She has logged over 4,500 hours of community service. Toys for Tots, Care Bears for Katrina, Shriners Hospital, just to name a few of Lauren's charities. Give a hand to Texas.
Utah.
Sobin is a double major in political science and international relations. She hopes to gain early acceptance at Stanford to study international law. That's our legal eagle from Utah.
And thank you, Utah, Texas, Tennessee, South Dakota, South Carolina. Moving forward with Vermont.
She founded a program to prevent bullying and violence in local schools. In fact, Amanda's working with her governor to expand the program statewide. Keep the peace with Vermont.
Virginia.
The Autism Society of America is a big part of Amber's life. Her brother is autistic and she enjoys spending as much time as possible with him. Making a difference, here's Virginia.
Washington.
This award-winning preschool teacher also volunteers at a children's hospital. Tiffany wants to use her status as a role model to be a spokesperson for childhood cancer. Always young at heart, Washington.
West Virginia.
Her many academic achievements, together with long hours of studying, resulted in Jessica's acceptance into her university's competitive nursing program. She's got the cure, West Virginia.
Wisconsin.
Anna's a singer-songwriter who's recording her own CD. She plans to donate all the profits to the National Breast Cancer Association. Singing her way into our hearts, here's Wisconsin.
Wyoming.
After finding out she had a long-lost stepbrother, Kristen decided to track him down. An exhaustive search turned out fruitful, and now they share a close relationship. Last but certainly not least, here's Wyoming.
And there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, please, nice round of applause for our last group of 11 contestants. South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. And there you have it. Thank you, ladies. Go one. It is my pleasure to present to you the 2006 Evening Gown presentation with all 51 contestants. Ladies and gentlemen,